Living in Kashmir, where I'm from, with the kids and family and has a purpose. The girl who's doing OnlyFans, these men are not going to come to your funeral. No one's going to care. Whereas that woman who's looking after her children, she's got a legacy. And there's nothing more beautiful than that. And you're telling me my culture is oppressive when I find your culture humiliating. And so that's where my kind of anti-feminism came from, because I was just constantly being told that I'm oppressed. And I could not feel more liberated when I don't post like that and I don't live that lifestyle.
And that's a message for you passport bro haters, especially you females that love bashing these other women of other cultures from other countries, talking about they're uneducated, they're poor, they're this, they're that, they're oppressed. You hear it from one of them letting you know that no, they're not oppressed. They feel liberated and free. Y'all the one that should be ashamed and embarrassed by spreading your legs on OnlyFans so everybody see your goods. You have no legacy to lean on and to stand on. But she's saying she got a legacy to stand on because she did it the right way, the moral way, the righteous way. Okay, y'all glorify filth like it's something beautiful when in fact it's an abomination. Naki Lawyers here. Thanks for joining my content. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way when I drop a new one, you'll be notified. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. You didn't have to, but you did. Thank you. Let's continue to the content.
Of a group of white girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. You'll find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women, except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office though. Equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men, inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves, and even in that Malcolm X quote where he says the black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man. Because who taught you to hate the very race that you're supposed to be?
Listen, I couldn't put that in better words than what she just said. Perfectly explained. And yet she was attacked for stating the obvious. Make that make sense. This is the demented mindset that we're under as a people. When correction and the truth is frowned upon, but the abomination and the filth is glorified.
It's random, and I am a proud feminist in that we need to destroy these gender roles and women need power. For instance, if I see a woman getting attacked on the street, I don't have to be some dominant alpha male and protect you. You protect yourself, just like your little signs say. If we're at a bar and you start making eye contact with me, you have to come over and court me and start buying me drinks and then start being interesting to me, and I decide whether you're worth my time or not. If by some miracle you get lucky and we go up to your apartment, I decide whether your behavior was good enough for you to get this dick or not. Then, in the course of you buying me things and you taking me out and you doing everything for me, I decide out of all the women I'm talking to, I decide which one of you basic bitches gets my hand in marriage and which one of you gets my seed. And then women want dominant positions in the workforce. Good, you be the hierarchy. You pay for shit. You do everything. You do all the work, and then I get to complain about what a horrible piece of shit you are. The future is female.
He couldn't even finish with a straight face. That's the level of stupidity that these feminists have with their little movement. It's just comical. It's laughable. They want something that is not possible. Equality or to be the head. It's not possible because you don't have the tools nor the capability. Assume the position and follow like you were supposed to. If not, get left behind.
Many of the mothers live with their children.
I'm going to get to that. So a
Okay.
lot of it's huge. A lot of women have custody, but here's the problem
They
with
do.
that. Here's the problem with that. I'm going to show you the problems with Black women having custody. So we already know what happens to these kids that end up being raised by their Black mothers. You can go here, and there's a whole bunch of statistical disadvantages.
I'm sorry, real quick.
Yes, this is life.
You're bringing up statistics of
Yeah.
children who are raised by their Black mothers solely. And are you going to
Yes,
bring
I
up
have.
statistics
Well,
for
I want
Black
to talk.
women raised by their father solely?
Yes, I have that as well.
Okay.
So here's the
By
stats.
who? And who is it by again?
I'm sorry.
Who are these for doing this?
Yes, this stat for child abuse is coming from Child Protection Resource.online. Typically, I like to use .orgs because they're more credible, but then you can also go within the articles and see where they derive their information from.
Yeah, that's important.
Yes.
That's actually super important. You would be surprised.
Absolutely. So we already know the stats for Black mothers single homes, and we look at these single mother homes, right? And we look at the child abuse rates. Mothers have the number for mothers total alone or with someone other than the father is sitting right here at over 1.5 million cases for child abuse. We look at the fathers, it's damn near half of that. Then we go down here and we look at the mother, just the mother in the house. The amount of cases of child abuse that were reported, 70.6%. And then we go look at the amount of homes where it's just the father. Less than half of that, 29%. So the children are being abused far more often when the mother's home than they are in the father's home. One other thing that you can refute me on is that children who live in the home with their fathers are at the same statistical advantage as if they were in the homes with both parents. Why the courts keep giving the children to the mothers when they know this, or maybe they don't know it, is beyond me.
Nah, they know it. They just don't care. They can care less because it's beneficial for them. It's all about the mighty dollar. And then also too that the Black man stays at the bottom and keep getting trampled on. That's their agenda, and they want that. They want the Black man out of the family because without the Black man, there's no family. He is the king, the head, and if you destroy him and you use his woman against him, and she willingly participate in that destruction, self-mutilation, whether she knowingly or unknowingly do that, it's irrelevant. But when you do these things, the destruction of the family actually happens. And thus, this is where we at now. But you can't bring this information to a lot of these Black women. They love point out the fingers because they always want to blame the Black man for everything. Oh, what about the responsibility of the man? Blah, blah. Woman, you're the one that's the gatekeeper of bringing children through. You don't start the life. The life starts with us. You bring it through. You should know to keep your legs crossed when you meet a deadbeat that refuses to do what he's supposed to do. That's your responsibility. It's your fault. Because you have allowed him to impregnate you. Dummy. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way when I drop a new one, you'll be notified. All right? Knock Louise. That was my perspective. Catch y'all on the next one.